Kidding. All right. So today, what we are going to talk about is a competition eliminator, how to deploy this one piece and will virtually eliminate your competition. I use this piece a lot on just about everything that I do. Every marketing piece that I send out, or every funnel, every drip campaign is one of the. It's usually like the number 3 or 4 piece that I will send out, and what the goal of this is to really set the buying criteria, so that when any one of your customers, clients, or patients reads this, they are going to they're going to think, "Wow, Ray and the team is the only guys that I want to use." It's going to virtually eliminate your competition. Period. So, sound good? Everybody understand that?
Yeah.
Makes sense there. All right. Can I share my screen, Ted? Yeah.
Yep, you can do that.
Okay. Let's see.
How do you send this out, Ray?
I do it. There's a lot of different ways. I put it on my website, and I will block access to it. I won't make it where it's readily visible, but I will link to it in a drip email. Typically, sometimes I will just send it directly in the email, or I will link to it, depending on, and I use it. I multi-purpose this. I use it in so many different ways. Okay, so here is the template that I will share with you guys. 7 secrets to hitting it long and straight down the fairway, time after time again. This is just a marketing template. So, so the way I use this thing is you want to come up with your 7 questions, right? Your 7 eliminator questions. And how it goes is you want to make the criteria, each one of these questions, so specific that they are about you and only you. No one else can have these things. Someone could potentially have these things, but it makes it so difficult for the client to find that realtor, that same person, that they don't want to. They might as well just go ahead and use you. So you're setting the buying criteria. If any other real estate agent is even considering having a listing appointment with someone else, you want them to be thinking about this and to think about you. So if they're interviewing another agent, you want them to go right through this list. Hey, do you have this? Do you have this? Do you have this? And they're going to say, and they're going to stumble across the answers, or most likely they won't even interview them because they're saying, well, forget it. I'll just use Ray. He's got all these things. But this is the template. So you're going to come up with 7 or 8 or 10, usually not odd numbers works the best. You could even have 3, but I would recommend at least 5 to 7. Again, this is just an example. This is from a marketing program that I purchased a long time ago. So you're going to come up with your 7 things that really set you apart. Now here's the one that I used. 7 crucial questions you must ask your real estate agent. And I've used that title different ways. The 7 critical questions you absolutely must ask your next real estate agent if you're even considering selling a home, if you're even considering buying a home, depending on if you're using it a buyer campaign or a seller campaign. Let's see. So, little bit of an intro, and then here's the questions that I went. Do you have lots of verified reviews, or are you a legend in your own mind? So a little bit of humor in this. And then, we used several of our Zillow reviews in this throughout here. And do you sell luxury homes, or do you focus on the lower end price spectrum? And then, so each one of these things, after each question, we're talking a little bit about how we specialize, how we were trained, that kind of thing. We all had certified negotiation experts, and we were luxury home specialists. We've done this kind of marketing. And each one of these, you see, we put a Zillow review in there. Cool. Have you done a lot of real estate transactions, or will I be a huge part of your on-the-job training? Right? Every brand new agent is afraid that a seller is going to ask that question, right? But they rarely do ask it. So what you want to do is put this in their mind. You certainly don't want to get beat out by a brand new agent. And you can always adjust these things to be, there's a lot of skewing of the numbers. It could be your office, or if you're on a team, your team. You're talking about number of transactions, number of views, numbers of years experience, that kind of thing. Any questions so far?
No.
Do you have a foolproof plan that can help me find a home even when inventory is tight? We talk about some of the things right here we do, right? Because that is, I see Tom shaking his head, right? That is a big concern with people, right? So this is even a way you could steal a client away from someone else. Most likely they don't have an agreement signed, right? So they're fair game.
So that's one of the big benefits for us as a company. And now that we're doing the in-house marketing to each other, because we are so large in comparison to a lot of the kind of mom and pops that we have in here, we have an opportunity of, we have the inside track. We know where properties are or which properties are coming up. It's good.
Absolutely. And then we talk about different ways that we go about finding inventory here. We'll go and door knock for them. And all these other agents say they do these things, but they never push it out. The customer doesn't know that, right? If it's in the real estate agent's head, it doesn't do anybody any good. You put these things in your drip campaign right when you get you could get a lead. You could be creating leads on Facebook right now, running campaigns for open houses or coming soons or anything like that. Push this stuff out to them, make it be one of the very first things. And they may have been already working with an agent, but they've lost on several offers and they don't have an agreement signed.
Right.
They might reach out to you. Okay. We can send out coming soon information to thousands of agents right away. Again, everybody has access to this stuff, but nobody's talking about it. Put it in your drip campaign, get it in front of them. Okay, and so the next question, have you committed yourself to a real estate on a full-time basis, or does another job compete for your attention? A lot of agents out there are part-time, right? They do the stuff on nights and weekends. So we're just telling them that we do this full-time. This is our full-time job. We have to hunt and kill, or we don't eat. We don't have a spouse, a significant other, or a trust fund that's paying our way. We have to be professionals and we have to do our job. Are you a skilled, well-trained, tough negotiator? I got this master certified negotiation designation because of this reason right here. There's only a handful of people who have that designation. Most realtors don't even know what it is, but it's MCNE, Master Certified Negotiation Expert. Actually quite a fun class. But it's just one of those things, right, that you can market yourself and you are different. One thing I have learned that millennials, this is very important to them. They want to know that their real estate agent is a good negotiator and has been trained. All right. Can you guarantee that I'll find a home to buy? I'm going to read this one to you. Here's my promise to you. Everyone at the Lux team will put forth their best effort helping you find the home of your dreams. This includes the marketing efforts we will undertake to proactively find as many quality listings as possible, some of which haven't yet made it into the MLS. I'll go one step further than I promise. I'll put my money where my mouth is. The Lux team, love it or lump it, 200% commission guarantee. Have you seen that before? Anybody ever seen that one?
No, not 200%.
I guarantee that you'll love the new home you buy through the Lux team, and I promise that you'll continue loving it on the day we close and for 90 days after closing. If for any reason within 90 days of closing that you aren't feeling the love of your new home, simply give me a call and let me know. We'll relist your home on the MLS with no commission on our side, and I'll refund you 100% of the commission we received when you bought the house. So they're going to have to sell and buy with you, right? It would be a wash for you, but how strong is that?
Did you ever get popped on that array? Just curious.
Not one time.
I didn't think so. Cool.
90 days.
Yeah.
I mean, people are still moving in 90 days, They're still trying to get comfortable, and they don't want to go through the headache again, but it sounds good, right?
Oh, it's excellent.
Put your money where your mouth is. That's it. That is the competition eliminator. Any questions about how we deploy this, how we use it?
So are you using it, Ray, right after you, hypothetically, you get somebody calls in and says, hey, look, I'm looking at buying a house and so forth. Is it, you said it was like your third thing in of your drip campaign you were doing?
Yeah, I would usually do 2 or 3 kind of warm up emails to see if we can get them in right without having to push out a 200% guarantee or something like that. But you know, if it's just one of those things, like I warmed them up a little bit, and then probably by the 3rd or 4th item that we send out, this was usually a pretty good hook.
So also it'd be a good place for like in your listing presentation when you go do the listing. It'd be excellent, right?
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, it immediately puts the other broker that they may be interviewing on the offensive. They're going to be asking these questions. I see how this is powerful. Very good.
That's exactly what I want. So a seller, say we get some sort of a seller lead, this would be one of the first items on a seller drip campaign. And I would also have a printed out copy of it and in my listing presentation. And I would pull that out if I felt like I really needed to, right? If I was going to get it right away, I wouldn't even talk about it. But if I felt like it was, they were going to continue interviewing other brokers, or if I wasn't going to get the signature right then, I would pull it out and talk about it. Good question. But definitely every buyer presentation, talk about one of the things that we have. Most buyers are trying to sell and buy. But for sure, that was in one. If I get his lead from Zillow, this would be like the 3rd or 4th item that would go out in the drip. We're still trying to get them in for a buyer consultation. Any other questions about this? Sound good? Craig, what do you think?
I think it's great. I kind of winced though for a second though about the on-the-job training thing, because since I am one of those on-the-job training people.
Hey, but you're on a team now, right?
Yeah. So I would definitely, talk about Linda and her experience, but are there any other things you would do? I have had an incident where somebody said, well, you're new, why should I work with you?
Well, there's that devotion. I mean, you're the, you may not have 40 listens to take care of. You are my most important client at this point, and I want to grow my business, and I'm going to be utilizing you as my most important client, and I will be devoting my time to you 100%.
Yeah, and that is, I talked about my partnership with Linda and her experience, and then I said, right now houses are going within, 24 hours. I can jump and show you the house within an hour if we need to. So.
Yeah, and Judy Camp used to tell us to say, well, I'm building my reputation, not resting on it.
Oh,
Right.
That's a good point.
Very good. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, so talk about the experience, the years of real estate history within your team.
Yep.
You joined this team for a very specific reason. You put forth the effort and found the best person out there that would be your mentor for Santa Fe, right? There's always ways to talk pro team and against team, right?
Right.
And also take a look in the chat. Ted put a very good comment in there. I will do everything possible to make you my best reference for the future. Boom, powerful.
Yeah, nice.
I think bring in your, your previous career's experience too is a good thing to do.
Yep.
It doesn't always have to be real estate. It could be sales, or it could be, whatever.
Right. Yeah, you have you're a professional sales trainer, or you've taken Tony Robbins courses, you've taken Grant Cardone, any of that kind of stuff. Especially with millennials, I've really found that is very interesting to them, and they like it.
Thanks.
Excellent.
Cool. Any other questions? Good. I will post this today, the template, and as well as a PDF of my version, so you can steal it. But again, you want to come up with your 7 things that are going to make you stand out. This took me a long time to come up with this, Oh, so here's another idea, guys, is this piece was so valuable. What I did was I wrote, I had a 7-drip email campaign that was based off of this. And each email teased on like 1 through 7.
Oh, cool.
And then so you could expand on it, right? So you can create one landing page on your website that has this whole thing on there. And then you could create 7 drip emails, one for each item. You know, and like I've been doing with these things, right? It's called copywriting. You want to make a very sexy headline, grab their attention. It's AIDA: attention, interest, desire, and action. Do that in each one of your emails. So you could create 7 emails, right, based off of this one piece. It would make a fantastic drip campaign. They could always go in the link in each one of the emails and read all 7 if they want to, one at a time. But most people don't, right? They see an email, they close it. Then they may see another email from you and they close it. And maybe on the 3rd email, something's going to grab their attention, right? Because it's a different topic, each one of the 3 items. You talk about, does your real estate agent have experience? Does your real estate agent, has they been negotiation trained? Do they specialize in luxury homes? Again, you're setting that buying criteria where you're going to be the only one. All right, guys, that's all I have. Any other questions real quick?
Thank you.
Very good. I'm going to post it. Thumbs up. Everybody like it? Good. All right. I'm going to post it. I'll post this on the Facebook page. See you guys later. Let me know if you have anything.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Craig.
Thank you.